What can be done better regarding the current thermal monocular?
I wish the operation would be easier, including the focus and the button operation.
I want set one hand free to have more opportunities, to be ready for a more important second.
Image quality so far is good enough, but when I'm stalking, the image freezes frequently. I hope I can have a seamless viewing.
Hello everybody and welcome to today's episode of the Nightvision show live. So today we're bringing you some information on the brand new HikMicro products which are going to be available at the British Shooting Show. We've also got the guys there that are on the stand at the British Shooting Show, which we're going to be going over to in a little bit. So they're going to be talking to you and showing you around the stand and some of the other things that we've got there, along with the HikMicro stand. So today on the show, we've got myself, Joe, hosting. Nice to see you all. We're going to have Paul from HikMicro talking to us about the ideas behind the products. We're going to have Robin Foxer talking to us about his experience with the Condor 2.0. We've also got Ashley Thompson from Scott Country over in Northern Ireland talking to us about the new Falcon, and myself with the wonderful new Condor. So thanks for joining us, guys. Really nice to see you. We'll be doing a giveaway during this episode as well. So if you can put some comments in the section here, like and follow the Nightvision show. A little bit later on, we're going to be giving away some weekend passes for the British Shooting Show itself for Saturdays and Sunday. So without further ado, we're going to pass this now down on to Paul Hodson on the stand over at the British Shooting Show. Hi Paul, how are you getting on?
Hi guys, welcome to British Shooting Show 2025. I'm stood here on the Scott Country International stand. As you can see, lots of products going out, but I'm here really to focus on our HikMicro new products. Our new slogan at HikMicro as a brand and as the foremost leader in thermal and night vision technology is pushing the brand forward to make the end user really appreciate the simplicity of our products. We use a slogan called Mastery Made Easy. Mastery Made Easy was a concept that Mr. Wang, who's head of our research and development, wanted to strive for so that we could push forward our products and really take on board what our end users really wanted from the product that they're using. And over the last 12 months, we've been working very hard with research and development, pushing forward and striving forward to get the best possible product that you could get for what we need. And I think it's vital that when you're out in the field, the product that you're using, whether it's the new Condor Condor 2.0 or the Falcon, which it becomes part of you. It's part of what you are as a hunter, as somebody who's going out there using a product. You want to make it feel as comfortable as possible, and using it with the way that we've designed it, with the ergonomics, with the simplicity now of the new jog wheel on the top. I'm sure that the guys who will do the videos a little bit later on, we've got Ashley, we've got Robin on board, and obviously Joseph, who introduced the show. They have been using these products over the last few months, testing them, developing them. And again, we don't stop striving forward. So any feedback that we get from the guys who do our quality testing to the end user, we take that all on board. And that goes back to research and development. And we push forward and strive forward to get the best possible product for the end user to have in his hand. But I've been using the Condor CQ50L. I think it's an incredible bit of kit. The image quality with the sub 15 millikelvin sensor, the guys will talk about the spec a little bit later on in the video, but it's just so easy and simple to use. The ergonomics, the grip, the feel, the weight, everything about the new products. The Falcon FQ50 as well. Again, I'm just going to swap it over. The new design with the built-in laser rangefinder in the lens. It's just so simple. Change the ergonomics again of the new Falcon 2.0. So it's got a lighter chassis. It's made from a manganese alloy chassis. It's just fantastic. Again, continually improving. And this is what we want to get from the end users. That's why we love doing shows like this, where we've got people coming in onto the stand, continuing onto the stand. And they said, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about doing that? We take all that information on board. We pass it back to research and development, then go forward, and they think about everything, send us the products to test, and we'll go, yeah, that's brilliant. Could you change this? They change it. Ever thinking, ever moving forward, ever striving forward for the best product to be in the hands of our end users. At the end of the day, HikMicro, we believe that the customer is king. And if we can produce the quality products that you want as an end user, then that makes us feel as if we've accomplished our job. So one-handed mastery, mastery made easy. It's our new slogan. The guys around here, we're going to pass over to Ashley in a minute, who will take you forward and show you a little bit more about one of our products. And I don't know if Ashley is available, but yeah, that's fantastic, guys. Thanks for listening to me. I will see you a little bit later on in the live. We'll be over on the HikMicro stand. Look forward to talking to you then. I am named. Hopefully, Ashley's going to come on board, and I'll pass over to Ashley. Cheers, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Yeah, we'll look forward to Ashley coming on and hearing about the Falcon. I've had the Condor for a little while now, and I've really enjoyed it so far. Again, I'll come on a little bit later on and talk about some of the specs and some of the other bits and bobs. But I think the new, like Paul said, sub 15 millikelvin units that are out there, really, really nice, really nice. The image clarity, the way that it's coming through is just very clear. Detection range, you know, the kind of things you're going to want. The laser rangefinder and the accuracy of that as well. Yeah, no, it's really good. So hopefully we're going to have Ashley on in a minute, and he's going to be able to talk to us about the Falcon and his experiences. Thanks, Ashley.
So hi there, I'm Ashley from Scott Conde International. I look after the Northern Ireland side of the business, looking after the north of Ireland and the south of Ireland with all the different HikMicro products that we sell. So we're here today at the British Shooting Show. We're having a fantastic day, selling a lot of different products. My probably favourite at the moment, I've had this Hik Falcon now for a couple of weeks just to test and to have a wee play with. I was a big fan of the original Falcon 1. Very pleased with the Falcon 1. Sold a lot of them over the last couple of years that they've been about. What I used to love about the Falcon 1 was the actual image quality itself, being a sub 20 millikelvin sensor. When they came out a couple of years ago, they were sort of state of the art, and there was nothing there to beat them. So now with this being a sub 15 millikelvin, shutterless is actually, it's even better. So some of the key functions that I want to go through on the Falcon itself, on the Falcon 2, comparing it to the Falcon 1. So the Falcon 2, we'll start off, the main thing that we have here, as you've seen earlier there with Paul, with the Condor, it's a one-handed operation, whereas before we were doing it here with the front focal. And I personally find using this out in the field compared to the older one, I find it a lot easier, because if I'm up on my sticks and I'm shooting a fox or shooting a deer, I then need two hands to actually focus, to find out what I'm focusing on. Whereas now when I'm using the single-handed one, it's effortless, it's one-handed, and I can hold the gun on the sticks in this one, and I can actually focus with the one hand. So for me, everything else set aside, this is probably the best modification or invention, for want of a better word, that I've found that Hik have actually done with this. So that's the focus here in the front. The other thing just straight off the bat is they've changed the battery system on the new Falcon. So before, with the 18650 battery that we had on the Falcon 1, I probably would have got a good 4, maybe 5 hours using it off and on the battery on the 18650. But with this one, it really is a solid sort of 5 or 6 hours, maybe even 7 hours if you push it. It's using the 21700 battery. So it's a slightly larger battery than the 18650. But you don't really notice the size difference, which is good. I was scared when I found out that this battery was slightly bigger, that it was going to leave the unit a lot more bulky, but it doesn't. It's really it's really good. So that's the same type of battery case with a different size of battery. The other thing that I really liked on this one, and it's a very simple touch, is the lens cap on this. So if you're used to the Falcon before, with the lens cap, you push the wee button and it kind of pulled back and it sort of clipped. The lens cap in this now is magnetic, which I've noticed, and I find it's a very simple thing, but for me, it's just a touch of class. You know, it just closes very, very effortlessly. The other thing we have, just looking around it as well, is the on-off button. The power button is now on the side. So I'm sure, like some of you that own Falcons in the past, in the middle of the night in the dark, you're pushing buttons. You push the button, you push the wrong button, it goes into standby. You don't have that problem now. The button's on the side. You tap it, so you know it's a standalone button for that. And then the big one for me on this is the laser rangefinder. So the laser rangefinder, as you can see in this, is actually now built into the lens. One of the big things for me was keeping the shape of the Falcon. When I knew there was coming a Falcon 2 with a laser rangefinder, I was scared of them having a bubble or something sticking out the side, so that's going to leave the ergonomics of the unit itself. It really wasn't made me smile, because that's really what's needed. So as you can see here with the lens, very similar to this built-in laser rangefinder. I've used this laser rangefinder. A lot of people say laser rangefinders out to certain distances, they claim these big distances. I can prove with this, it says 1,000 meters on the box. I've pinged things out to 1,100 and 1,200 meters with this rangefinder. So having that all incorporated inside is a big thing for me. But I think one of the most important things is that it hasn't really changed shape. It's changed a lot of the functions. The menu systems are quite similar. There's a few different tweaks in the algorithm and things in the Zoom Pro. But for me, it's very similar to the Falcon before. Sometimes if something's not broke, you shouldn't fix it. But again, they've added the laser range, and they've added the one-handed zoom, which I think for me, it just leaves it that bit more effortless. So I think that's really all that there is on the unit itself. It's a sub 15 millikelvin sensor now in this one, so this is the 640 version. Sub 15 millikelvin, but now this is actually shutterless, whereas before, some of you may be aware that you've heard the click, you know, the dreaded click. You're looking for something in the woods and it moves, and then your scope recalibrates or your thermal recalibrates, and it's moved on. This is now shutterless, and there is no click, there's no pause anymore. So all in all, for me, there's a lot of changes in this and a lot of product changes, but I think they're all for the good. We have a short video. James just told me here, we're going to play you a short video now, so sit back and have a watch and see what you think yourself.
Thank you, Ashley. Nice to see that video there, and yeah, nice to see some good fallow grunting away like they like to do. So yeah, really good. And you can just see there from that Falcon, from the imagery in the footage, it's super clear. I mean, we're looking at deer there at 75-100 meters, but yeah, still looks really nice and neat. So thanks very much, Ashley, for giving us a bit of information. So up next, Robin Foxer from Team Foxer is going to be coming on and talking to us about his experiences with the Condor. Nice to see you, Robin.
Thank you very much for having us live here from the Great British Shooting Show. Yeah, indeed. So I've been lucky enough to have had the Condor for a little while. So I just want to really talk about how practical this thing is to use in the field. I've had the previous generation for quite some time, but this new revised version really is and truly a one-hand operation. So from a physical point of view, having moved the focus ring from the front to this awesome first, often driving through the farm, and I'll have a look over a field, would typically set my focus at, I don't know, let's say I set it for roughly 150 yards. That's all well and good, but if I then see something out 300, 400 yards and I want to focus on that and see what I'm doing, I have to free up this left hand. So I have to either slow down, stop the truck, or take my hand off the wheel to focus. And that does two things. One is it means I'm using this hand. Secondly, it then means that I'm actually impeding ever so slightly the laser rangefinder, as I typically would do it like that. So I would use my thumb and I would cover the laser rangefinder. Now with the focus being there, I simply don't need to do that. The second reason that's really practical is when I'm out of the truck and I'm carrying my sticks. So I'm carrying my sticks. If I'm stalking into something, I want to have a look at it. And I know, again, no longer need to use this hand to focus. So I don't need to rest my sticks up against my body. I can continue holding them and focus on them from that point of view. And then moreover, the rest of the button layout, power button being down here, it certainly was the case before I got very familiar with it. And I guess that's a downside with changing spotters frequently, as I do. I would sometimes accidentally press that power button and power off. So just from a practical sense, it's really good. And then I think we'll come on to one of the main points as well for the upgrade, which is the battery life. So the much bigger battery now, giving you 6 hours runtime. The first night out with this, I went on a private Fox job. In fact, I've just pretty much finished videoing that, so you'll see that soon on the channel. But that battery there, again, you can put it into standby nice and easily, and that will give you up to 6 hours of constant use off that one battery, and it's supplied with 2. The old unit was about a third of that, and maybe a little bit less in ultra cold conditions. And I know that Paul touched on this earlier, but the constant innovation that HIK do and put into their products means that you've now got stuff that just works better, time and time again. So for me, the practicalities of having the unit, having HIK listen to the feedback we gave them about, well, actually, wouldn't it be easy if you didn't have to use 2 hands to focus on what is essentially a one-handed product? And they listened. People fed back about the battery life. Okay, it came supplied with 3, but what about if we could just double the capacity of it straight off the bat so you didn't have to worry about that? Done. Bigger eyepieces, nice, easy, fast focus. So everything we talk about and everything we want out of the product, we've now got in the new Condor. So for me, this probably will be the hot product of 2025, and I'm certainly looking forward to using it much more over the coming weeks and months. Is there anything else you'd like me to say? No questions yet. Okay, well, I'm happy to take some questions. I think that's pretty much about it. I mean, you've got the other thing they did actually was they did increase the size of the rubber on the body, which actually meant it grips a little easier, perhaps than the previous model as well. So that's another thing they've done. Oh, actually, yeah, I will tell you this. If you're going out for an extended session, then you've also got the new colour palette. So you've got the colour palettes that they borrowed from, or that we first saw on the new Stella. So you've got red monochrome and green monochrome. So these are 2 really useful colour palettes, which still give fantastic contrast, but crucially are really easy on the eye. If you're using white hot or black hot, as I often like to do, they're great for giving really crisp detail, but on prolonged periods of time, you can get a little bit of night blindness. You've got quite a light, bright, intense image in the eyepiece. So switching over to the green or red monochrome will alleviate that quite a bit. So that's definitely a good plus point. Hand over to Joseph.
Yeah, thanks, Robin. Thanks for that. Nice to hear from you on your experiences with the Condor. So just following on from a few things that you've said there and a couple of things that I've picked up on, and, you know, things generally that come in the packet with the Condor as well. So there's a couple of additional things that didn't come with the original Condor. One of the main things is this handy carry pouch. So the same as the Habrock Pros that come with a nice pouch, the new Condor CQ50 and the 2.0s come with this nice pouch. They also come with a handy neck strap, which they've got there, which again just fits on nicely, and the hand strap as well on the Condor. Again, moving that power button for me just down to the side so it causes less interference was really, really helpful. And just the simplicity of the buttons at the top and the way that you activate them, and just in general the way they are, is very, very easy to use. That battery and getting that extra life out of it as well, the 6.5 hours that you're going to get out of one battery, increasing from, I think it was 4.5 was advertised, but perhaps some people didn't quite get that. And like Robin said there, just when you've got ultra cold conditions, you weren't necessarily going to get that amount of runtime. So to get a good 13 hours from the 2 batteries that are supplied, I mean, what more could we wish for on that? So no, really, really pleased. I've had a great experience with it so far. I've only had it a couple of weeks, and obviously I've got the Pros here as well, and I use them a lot for the deer management that I do. But it's been fine. It's been perfect. I did take it up. Had a really windy session up in the north one evening, and the situation was I couldn't leave the rifle, you know, there with one arm and trying to be doing this and messing around and all the rest. So actually to be able to have the spotter up, be able to adjust it with just the focus wheel at the front, at the back, sorry, yeah, really good. So ideal. So thanks very much again. We're going to hand back to Paul now from HikMicro. Paul's going to talk to us a little bit more about some of the differences. And thanks, Paul.
Hi guys, welcome back. Couple of fundamental questions. The difference between the Falcon and the Condor. Obviously you can see they're two totally different units. What I will say about them both is they both share the same kind of technology. They've both got the sub 15 millikelvin sensors. They've both got laser range-finders. In the Falcon series, it's only the FQ50 that has the laser rangefinder. We also do an FQ35. The Condor, obviously with the laser rangefinder underneath, you've got that in the 35 with the laser rangefinder and in the 50. So two fundamentally different designs. Why do we have two spotters that do the same job? Well, it's very simple. I mean, it's horses for courses. My preference, I love the Condor. I shoot a lot off the top of my truck. As you can see, it's a fairly flat, square piece of technical equipment. Lies flat on the truck, doesn't roll off the truck. Condor, cylindrical, falls off the truck, might roll off the truck. If you want to spend £2,399 on a thermal and let it roll off your truck, go ahead. But that's why I prefer the Condor. That's my preference. It's horses for courses. You're the guys who are using these. You come and have a look. British Shooting Show. Come and have a look at them. Come and see the difference. Come and feel the weight difference. I don't know if we've mentioned earlier on as well. I'm sure that Ashley may have covered it or Robin covered it, but the new batteries that we've got in here, the 21700s, give you a lot longer run time. So the original Condor had a runtime of about 5 hours. We're now up to 7 hours with this. The focusing wheels are exactly the same place on both of them at the bottom. So yeah, I mean, it's down to you as an individual. As you can see, one is more compact than the other. Again, I lean towards the Condor. I was a fan of the Griffin when we had the Griffin come out, so I've probably stuck with that. Some people may have liked the Owl and the shape of the Lynx, and then progressed up through the ranks and they prefer the shape of the Falcon. It's individual choice, and that is what we are really keen on at HikMicro. We want to give the end user, you guys, the best of both worlds. Which do you prefer? You know, we've given you the choice. Fundamentally, same internals, same functions, same zoom, same technology. As with everything with HikMicro, 3-year warranty, on the product, 10-year on the sensor. We have a repair and maintenance centre in the UK, in Hinckley and Leicestershire. We are currently turning products around very quickly. If you have an issue, less than 5 days. Very innovative idea that we've got here and that we've been doing since we did the shows probably mid-season last year, was we've introduced a health hub on our stand at every show. That's where we've got 2 technicians. They come from head office at Hinckley. Bring your products over. If you've got parts missing, they need repairs, they need firmware updates, we can do that at the shows. Come, drop your product off, go and enjoy the show, have a walk around, look at our new products, and then come back, pick up your unit. It'll be refurbished, it'll be refreshed, it'll be serviced. We've got that centre going on here at the British Shooting Show this weekend. The guys at Scott Country, they're very, very knowledgeable. If you've got any questions, come and see these guys. They will help you make your decisions. If you're unsure which product to go for, whether it's Condor or the Falcon, they'll be able to help you. Very, very knowledgeable. One-handed mastery is the way forward. We love the one-handed mastery. The key thing for me, and I don't know whether it's about you guys, when I'm using these, that hand can stay in the pocket and keep warm on a cold winter's night. Using that is just game changer. But yeah, different prices for different things. So as you can see, they've got the full range, the CQ50 here at Scott Country, retail recommended price of £2,399. And the Falcon is a retail of £2,649. Come and have a look at both of them. Come and visit our stand here. We haven't gone over to our stand. We thought we'd have time to move over there. We haven't. We're doing a live stream, obviously. But come and see us at HikMicro. We'll guide you through them. We've got every product that we make on the stand. And then we'll send you over here to Scott Country to buy whichever product you prefer. Again, these guys will help you out. They're very, very knowledgeable. They're all shooters. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your time. Oh, you got a question for me? Go for it.
Can you tell us on the Falcon?
Yeah.
Does the lens cap interfere, or does the lens cap hanging down interfere with the LRF? This is the Falcon. Might be Condor. Either or.
Either or. The nice thing about this, it is quite stiff, but you can move it around to which side you prefer. It's totally flexible, but no, it doesn't interfere with the LRF unless you're daft like me. But it's spring loaded, so even if it is there, it gets out of the way of the LRF. The Condor is a magnetic one, very similar to the original Condor. So it does have a magnet on it, and it does stick on the back of the. He says, it's always a way, isn't it, when you're trying to do it live? There you go. It sticks on the back of, and keeps it out of the way. So yeah.
So Lance is still using his 35mm Owl unit.
Yeah, brilliant unit. One of our first units.
Looking forward to upgrading to the Condor.
You won't be disappointed. I mean, the Owl was a fantastic product. It was one of the products, the high-end product that we introduced when we first started, when I first worked for HikMicro right at the beginning. Again, that's testimony to the longevity. People were always worried about the internal batteries, but with the Owl, you're still using it here 4 years, probably later, still working fine. But yeah, you won't be disappointed with the Condor, I can tell you. That is a game changer.
So we're going to play a review video of the Condor now from Joseph.
Okay, cool.
Hi folks, it's Joe here, Scott Country International. Just coming to tune in with you guys today to talk about a new product which I've been sent down just to have a little look at. Inside this pouch is the HikMicro Condor CQ50L 2.0. This is the second device, or the first device of the two, from the new handed era devices that they're bringing out. That's what they're calling it. I'll explain a little bit why in a minute. So you can see it comes with a nice handy pouch as well, a bit like the Habrox, the Pros. So that's just a nice little feature, a nice little added benefit. And inside here, I'm just going to show you up to the camera. This is the new device. It's got a beautiful lens on the front of it. Really nice 50mm lens in this model. There is a 35mm model as well, the 35L. A couple of different things you just noticed straight off the bat. So like I said, the one-handed era. So here you've got the adjustable focus. So rather than having to change the lens at the front and having to use a second hand, the whole thing can now be done with one hand. And it is very good. It's not too touch sensitive, but once you get onto using it, you can very easily find that really, really clear, good image. And I like it so far from what I've seen anyway. So the power button as well, been moved to the side here, just to have a little less interference with other buttons and too many other things going on. So it's just a really good quality, really nice feel device again from HikMicro, the Condor CQ50L 2.0. So I'll just run you down through some of the specifications within the model and the unit itself. So the thermal is 640 by 512, 12 micron, that's the sensor. It's sub 15 millikelvin net D, and it has a detection range on the CQ50L at least anyway of 2,600 meters. So really good quality. You know, these modern thermals that are coming out now really are getting spectacularly good sub 15 millikelvin net D. Really, really good for temperature sensitivity and for clarity and getting a nice clear image of what animal or whatever it is that you're looking at. In the rear here, so we've got a 1920 by 1080 HD OLED display. You have an option within the functions and the menu to change it from a square image or have a round image, which I think is quite nice. Again, other people will have different preferences, so it's nice to have the option to change it up and have a look for yourself. The built-in HSIS, so that's the HikMicro shutterless image system, is in this one as well. So that's meaning that you're not getting any of that freeze frame which you might have got in some of the older devices you've used. So you're always going to get super clear clarity without any interference, which is ideal. Built-in laser rangefinder, 1,000 meters. So again, that's going to be very accurate, and 1,000 meters is obviously improved from the 600s and whatever it was that we were using previously. We said about the focus wheel already, and it's got what you would have had in the other previous models with the Image Pro 2.0 and the Zoom Pro 2.0 as well. Again, super clear, you're going to range out, you're going to be able to find the animal, you're going to be able to zoom in without any loss of clarity, and you're going to get a good image. So I think this is a super offering. Come over to the British Shooting Show. That's on the 14th, 15th, 16th of February. Scott Country are going to be on stand C5, next to HikMicro on B5. So come on the day, have a little look at this, get a look at the Abrox, the HX60s as well, the Pros and the 50s. Have a look at some of the other products that are on the range as well, the new Falcon 2.0. Make sure you get your hands on those and just have a look at general and see some of the other manufacturers and what we've got there. I'm going to take this now, head on out to a local deer park with a friend of mine, go and do a little bit of filming, go find some reds and maybe a fallow or two, and see if I can get some really good, steady, stable images so you guys can see what this device is up to. Okay guys, thanks again, see you soon. Cheers. Ideal. Well, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. It's been really, really good to introduce you to the new range of products from HikMicro, the Condor and the Falcon 2.0. Head on over to the stand at the British Shooting Show and come and find us on Saturday and Sunday. I'll be there on Sunday, driving up in the morning. So if you want to come and talk to me about anything that I'm up to, feel free. So we're just going to round this off now. There's not been a huge amount of questions. I think we've answered pretty much all the questions that were there. So thanks to those that participated and asked the questions as well and allowed us to answer. Hopefully everybody here has learned something about the new products, and obviously we're always here on hand anyway. Give us a call at Scott Country or head on over to the Facebook page and you'll find us all on there, and you'll be able to ask any questions you have later on. So we've got 3 tickets to Saturday and Sunday for the weekend at the British Shooting Show. So I'm just going to give you the announcements of the names who have won those tickets now. So Lance Rose, big fan of the owl. Thanks very much for being a dedicated HikMicro user, and hopefully you get yourself on your hands on a Condor as well. Come on over at the British Shooting Show and introduce yourself. Hunting Wales, not sure if that's your real name, but Hunting Wales, that's the username you've put up. So Hunting Wales, if you want to get in contact with us as well, that would be great. We'd like to see you on Saturday and Sunday as well, if you can make it. And Scotty Logan, Hunting Wales, and Lance Rose. If you pop us a message on the Facebook Scott Country page, we'll come back to you as soon as we can, and we'll be there on either the Saturday, the Sunday, or both days. So thanks again, guys, for watching. This has been Joe and the team with Scott Country, Robin Foxer from Team Foxer, Paul from HikMicro, and a bunch of other people in the back as well for doing such a great job. Thank you, James, Black Rose Media. And we'll see you again soon for another Night Vision show. I want to like, subscribe, and like I say, head on over to www.scottcountry.co.uk and see what you can get in your basket now. All the best, guys. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.